Alrighty, what is going on, everybody? My name is Blitzwinger, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to a brand new 100% compilation level guide for Portal, or LEGO Dimensions, and more importantly, for Portal 2. Today we're going to be tackling Aperture Science, and yes, this is going to be the edited, more condensed version of the videos. It seems to me like most people preferred that format. You just guys chose that to be the better option, so to speak. So that's what we're going to go with for the time being. And you know what? I thought about it. There's only 3 other levels to go after this one. The faster we can get through it, the better, because it allows us to focus only on the main tasks, which is collecting Minikits and rescuing characters, and at the same time it allows us to get quicker to the Lego brick adventures, which hopefully will be a bunch of fun. There is Whitley welcoming us in.
Do you mind me saying, I love these new blue portly things.
Oh, okay. These new portally things. That's a very technical analysis there from Mr. Whitley. By the way, guys, don't forget, if you guys enjoyed today's video, drop a like. That'd be highly appreciated. Let's go ahead and aim for 1,000 likes, and hopefully we can hit that goal. That would be absolutely highly appreciated.
Left and right probably as well.
Be quiet.
Ooh.
Someone booted up on the wrong side of the BIOS this morning, if I'm not mistaken.
You test my patience.
You have tested her patience. You have to be very careful. That's one thing that I will say about this level that I really love. I mean, don't get me wrong. I love all the other levels as well. I really enjoy the Doctor Who level. The Ghostbusters level is like one of my personal favorites. And the one thing I really enjoyed about this one, though, is the way that it's very similar to Portal in the sense that it teaches you slowly but surely kind of the mechanics of the game. Like, it teaches you, hey, this is how you utilize the portal gun, and then this is how you utilize the companion cube, and this is how you make the sentry turret work for you, and so on and so forth. And I really enjoyed that process. Like, it was just an enjoyable time, top to bottom. So that's just why I wanted to kind of show the beginning of it as well, because I think that it's very important for you to take the time and kind of learn, if you've never played a Portal game especially, because you want to learn the mechanics. If you've played a Portal game, this is all going to be kind of second nature to you, because you're going to know how things work. But if you haven't, it's a really nice, convenient way to get caught up and get a pretty good idea of how the Portal universe works, and more importantly, how you're going to be able to solve and resolve all the different situations that you get into, including all the little puzzles and such. So I absolutely recommend to take the time and figure all this out and spend the time to get an understanding of how all of this works. And with that in mind, let's begin with our first important moment here. So first and foremost, you'll notice that we can travel on over through this little portal right here. Now, typically speaking, what you would do is you would go, you see that door square in the center in front of us there that's currently locked. It will open up at this very moment, but basically what happens is that typically you would go there and carry on from there on to your next mission. But that's not what we're going to do right now, because we're trying to 100% complete the game. So with that in mind, what we're going to need is a character that can deflect the laser. You can also use your laser deflector form for the companion cube. So if you have that available, you can go ahead and do that as well. Or you could use a character like, for example, Wonder Woman. After that, we need a character that has the ability to see through walls. So Superman should do just fine for this particular task. You could use Zane if you'd like. There are plenty of other characters you could utilize for this particular task. And now it is up to us to basically put together this sign. And more importantly, it's not really just a sign. It's a logo. And for those of you that know what logo that is, well, that would be Aperture Science logo. So there it is. It has been put together. And now we have a secret little passageway available to us, which we are going to proceed through. By the way, I did want to mention that going into this level, I already had one Minikit collected. I'll show you guys how to get it. But keep in mind that, for example, when we collect our very first Minikit, for example, right now, you'll see that it shows up as number 2 for us, but it's not number 2, obviously. It's the first one for you. Hopefully that makes sense. So, nonetheless, in the next room over on the right-hand side, you're going to need a flying character. Fly on up here, and all the way at the top, hidden where the speed up goo is going through. That's what the orange stuff is. So if you've never ever played, not never, but I guess if you've ever played Portal, you would know that there are 2 extra kind of gooey textures. Like there's blue and orange, in the Portal universe that have a very, very big significance in terms of being able to solve puzzles. So they're very, very important in that sense. So we're going to activate that button, and right there is our second Minikit. So if you solve this puzzle correctly, you activated both sides, you will be rewarded with your next Minikit, which would be your second Minikit collected. Moving on up to the next area we go, and right as we arrive into this area, this is going to allow us to get our next Minikit. So it's kind of interesting that the Minikits are very much in the early get-go bunched up together. Like they're very, very, very much one after another after another. And there's nothing wrong with that. I'm not saying like, oh, what a bad thing it is, but it's just interesting that they are so bunched up together at the very beginning. So next up, you're going to need a character that can have a targeted ability. So you need to use either Bad Cop or, for example, like I'm using Legolas. And you're going to activate both targets. And once they're active, you're going to have this new secret passageway that opens up and reveals a keystone for you. You're going to travel on over to the yellow side of things. And before you leave, after you picked up the Minikit, make sure to destroy everything in this room, because there are a lot of blue studs in here and there are just a lot of studs, period, in here to be collected. So take the time and get those added to your personal collection. Now, with that in mind, you can then travel on out and moving on to the next area, which is pretty much in the same vicinity, just all the way on the right-hand side. If you're going to keep walking to the right, which you typically would, you'll notice that there's a hidden little area right here for some studs, which is fantastic. So a really, really great way to get your rule breaker status. And then what we're going to do is we're actually going to call upon Batman, and we're going to utilize Batman to first and foremost collect some studs right here, because of course studs are very important. We're trying to get that rule breaker status. So before we solve that puzzle up ahead right there, we're going to actually make our way up to the top of this ledge, and once you arrive at the top, you're going to need a character that can utilize a Batarang, and once that is active, just as you saw right there, we have just activated it. We will then go ahead and earn our next Minikit, which is our fourth Minikit. So keep in mind, right now you should have 4 Minikits collected. Proceeding from there, going right back to this puzzle right here, you'll notice that in the top left corner, we leave the sentry turret, and then we utilize our portals and bring the companion cube through with us to activate the other button, allowing us now to make our way through. But as we make our way through, look what's waiting for us. Well, if it isn't our 5th Minikit. Fantastic. Moving on up to the next puzzle room. So, the next puzzle room, once again, all the way on the right-hand side of this puzzle room, you'll notice that there is another chance to get some more studs, so that is absolutely fantastic. And then after that, you're going to need a character that can light up the darkness. So any character like Shaggy or Gandalf or, for example, the Wicked Witch, so on and so forth, would work perfectly good for this. You're going to go ahead and destroy this box, and within the box, you will find your 6th Minikit, and don't leave this area before you collect at least those 2 purple studs, and if you want, you can destroy the rest of the stuff and get some more goodies as well. Now, after that, you're going to travel in an elevator, which kind of breaks down and sends you to the old Aperture facilities. You're going to need a character from the Chima universe, any character that can store chi. And right at the beginning here, we're going to charge up our character with chi, because this is going to be necessary in order to get our rescue character on this level, which is actually a pretty awesome character. It's going to be a core, but it's a very important core within the Aperture universe, so I'm not going to spoil it yet, so stick around and find out who that will be. But for now, we're going to just proceed right here. There's that blue goo that I mentioned before, so this allows you to obviously jump extra far up, which is fantastic. And right here underneath, you can see that there's a nice hidden little secret. Well, it's not really hidden, it's very much in plain sight, but it certainly is still very, very, very cool and nice to have, and that is some more studs to add to our collection. So there we are. Boom. Good timing on that. That was nice. And we managed to go ahead and get ourselves some more studs collected. Now, proceeding from there, I'm going to show you guys the entire section here as to how to make it through this whole thing, in order to get a pretty clear idea of where the rescue mission is. So now that we've gotten the chi collected, we activate the sentry turret in order to stop this thing from making us into hamburger patty. So now we can move on And next, we're going to need, of course, the assistance of the lovely Shell. Now, you'll notice that right there above Shell's head, there's a little lightning charging port. If you want, if you have a character, you can teleport over to there and charge it up with the electrical charge and get some more points from that, in terms of studs, I should say. So, once we're over on this end of the room, what we're going to need to do is resummon in our Legends of Chima character. Don't forget, you don't want to unsummon him or her, because the problem with that is that they will lose all of their chi. So, once you have them summoned in, there is a nice little charging station right here below for chi. So, we're just going to power it on up. And within it, well, he kind of already spoiled who it is. It's Cave Johnson! Look at that! He can't even fly. He just rolls around the entire facility. That's hilarious. So if you ever see anything rolling around, it's probably Cave Johnson. Alright, so you clear out that area and then use the next elevator to make it to the next area. And while we're here, what you're going to want to do is just go ahead and climb on up here. You could use Wild Style to detect a ladder and such, or if you have a flying character, which you're going to need to complete this level anyway, you can just fly on up here, get the studs, and then right in the back there, you can collect your 7th Minikit. Alright, so proceeding off of that, we then move on to this section right here, and this is one of the Minikits that I already have. So keep that in mind. This is one of the Minikits that is not going to pop up as a Minikit for me, but for you it will. So we destroyed 1 of 5 of those little computer devices, or not computer devices. They're basically like failed experiments, I think, of like sentry turrets / companion cubes or something. So they're kind of the best of both worlds in some weird way. And we need to destroy 5 of them. So as soon as you destroy 5, you will be rewarded with your 8th Minikit. So we got 2 of them destroyed. They're very, very, very simple to find. As you can see, they're pretty much in plain sight. So you just walk all the way to the far right, destroy that one, walk all the way to the top far right corner, destroy that one, and then over on the left-hand side is our last, but certainly not least piece. And upon destroying that character, you would spawn another Minikit, which would be your 8th. Moving on to the next room, which is the room with the weird, like, shifting platforms. It's the second room with the shifting platforms. So once you've made your way through those platforms, all you're going to need to do is grab a character that can either fly or teleport yourself up here like I showed you, and have a character that doesn't necessarily have the ability to fly, but has the ability to melt gold Lego bricks, and collect your 9th Minikit, which is pretty fantastic. Yes, it is 9th because, don't forget, our 8th was the 1 out of 5, or 5 out of 5 little cubes that we've destroyed just moments ago. Now, before we leave this area, I will say that there's a nice little shortcut that you could do where, again, if you have a flying character, you can just stay up on that ledge, or even if you don't have a flying character, you can keep your characters up on that ledge, and then what you could do is just power up this companion cube pad and teleport yourself through, which is pretty convenient. So you don't really have to go and do the entire puzzle as you did before. So you could just fly up here, jump through, and before you leave this area, make sure to actually fly up onto the ledge right there with all those boxes, because behind the main box, which is this one right here, you'll notice that there was a hidden stud block. So again, if you're still having difficulty of getting rule breaker status, that will help you out. And moving on through, and that takes us on over to our next area, which is actually the final area, the boss fight area. So we will battle GLaDOS.
Hello? What are you hiding there?
Uh-oh, she's hiding something.
I thought the elevator from test chamber 93 went to the incinerator party cake location.
Incinerator party cake location. Oh yeah, that rolls right off the tongue, doesn't it?
Crime. And look who else showed up.
Who? Oh, it's the Space Corps. Space. I always thought it'd be hilarious if Space Corps met Benny, who says spaceship, spaceship. Imagine the two of them would be like best friends. All you'd hear is just space, spaceship, space, spaceship. That's all you'd hear. There's something very ironic about this. Whitley?
Honestly, I'll explain later.
You are being annoying now! Just hit him. Shell. There we go. I love that. I love how she just goes like, ding, see ya.
Friend of yours, neurotoxin.
Uh-oh. This is bad news. The neurotoxin is in, which means that we are in big trouble. Alright, so here we are, battling GLaDOS yet again. And this is a pretty simple battle, all things considered. It is very, 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 very simple for the most part, but we still do need to get one more Minikit as well. So first and foremost, what we're going to do is we're going to hit GLaDOS for the first time. And all you need for that is the companion cube on the button right there, which we will summon in just a moment here. And the other thing you need to do is have your portals in place. Again, you don't have to have the blue one where I have it. That could be an orange one. It doesn't matter what color it is. You just need to have that connection made so that she could be hit by the literal energy ball. And now that she's been hit, the level rearranges itself a little bit, revealing to us the area that we are most interested in, and that's where we're going to collect our Minikit. But before we get to that, we're going to go ahead and hop onto the sentry turret. You probably want to bring it along with you anyways, because you're going to need it in just a moment here. Alright, it's not going to work here. Come on, please, sentry turret. Nope. Not what I wanted to do. Oh, where are you going? Stay here. Come here, sentry turret. Just stand right there. There we go. So now it's active, which activates that little like anti-gravity loop. So that's really, really cool. And what we need for now is, you might see already the 10th Minikit right there, is we need the assistance of any character that can cut through vines, such as Owen Grady. So he cuts his way through that thing, and we collect our 10th and final Minikit. From here, you're just going to proceed just as you did before, flying over to here, activate the next button, and then there's another button all the way on the left-hand side that you're going to need to activate, and rinse and repeat. Hit GLaDOS 3 times. Upon hitting her for the 3rd time, it cuts to this final cutscene, which is a very, very cool cutscene. And this was the cutscene that made me think of, I would love to see a Portal movie. Like this right here is what made me think of that. It's such a cool scene. Imagine what cool things you could do in films, like as far as like action movie. And if they could get like a really cool actress to play Shell, like maybe Daisy Ridley, or I think Daisy Ridley would be pretty awesome actually as Shell. That would be pretty cool. I don't know. I mean, you'd have to probably obviously audition people, but it would be a really cool idea. I think that would be really, really neat. Who would you guys like to see play Shell in a Portal film? And the other thing that I like is that there's a nice cool little black mesa or mesa, I don't know how you say it, Easter egg right here, because there's crates and crates full of black mesa stuff right there, which is pretty cool. And then check this out. It's a portal within Portal. It's Portalception. We're going through. Here we go. Bada beam, bada boom. And with that in mind, there it is, ladies and gentlemen. Aperture Science is now complete. We have completed that adventure. We have cleared it out, which is absolutely awesome sauce. Very, very happy about that. Super duper glad that we managed to pull that off. And with that in mind, of course, we also did get our rule breaker status, so that is great. Collected 10 Minikits and rescued Cave Johnson, which means we're going to be earning 3 gold bricks for each one of those things. Depending on which ones you didn't have complete, you would earn a gold brick for that as well. So rule breaker status achieved. There is our rescued character. And let's see what our 10 Minikits are going to assemble themselves into, because I certainly am intrigued. Okay. Okay. This is the potato! It is the potato! And I genuinely didn't know what it was, because usually whenever the Minikits assemble themselves, I go out of the room so that I don't spoil it for myself, so I don't know what it is, and I can have an authentic response for what it might actually end up being. So that's pretty cool. Nonetheless, ladies and gents, thanks all for watching. Drop a like if you enjoyed the video, and I will catch you guys next time. Peace out, guys, and I'll see you later. Alligators. Bye-bye, everyone!